everyone, I'm David01, and welcome back to a Satisfactory video. Although this is not part of my series, although you can see my world here. This is a video on some exploits I've discovered that I haven't seen posted anywhere else. And they are some moderately game-breaking ones. And I'm not talking about hypertube launchers, because those are actually an intended feature. And I'm not even talking about the infamous parachute feature where you can use it to sail up some steep cliffs like there's nothing wrong. No, I'm talking about something far more game-breaking. Something, well, two things in particular. Very useful. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Here you can see a bit of the lovely parachute exploit in action. Oh, just turned out. There we go. Allows you to go up a cliff with very ease. It can be an 89-degree cliff, even steeper than that. Anything that's not quite vertical, you can go up that way. Alright, so this first one's very simple. You're not going to need any technologies unlocked except for the MAM, and you're not going to need any items except for a single hard drive. And this one's not too game-breaking, but it's basically going to allow you to choose whatever alternate recipe you want. So the first thing you're going to do is just scan your hard drive. Then you're going to want to wait about 10 minutes. Once your hard drive is finished researching, save your game. Save it right here. This is very important. Now, you can go and see what you see in your hard drive. In this case, these are both okay recipes, but I don't want them right now. I'm going to hit rescan my hard drive. Unfortunately, both of the recipes here are bad. So now I would normally be forced to take one of these. However, if I go and reload my save file, then you'll see in just a minute that when I load in, I can go and select my drive. It's the same two recipes at the start, but when I rescan it, I have two entirely new recipes. Now these two are just as bad as they were last time, but you can do this trick as many times as you want. So, with enough reloads, you'll get the recipe you want. Now, usually this is within the realm of 1 to 5 reloads, although because I already have all the good recipes unlocked now using this trick, to get the recipe I wanted took me about 15 reloads. However, usually all of my previous ones were each less than 5. So, this was an anomaly. But, very good trick, especially when you have lots of new alternates in the pool and waiting. You can actually chain this on even better. Scan a drive, leave it in the library, don't rescan it, let a few build up, and then, when you're ready to, save, and then just try rescanning all of them until you get the ones you want. Or you can save after you get a good recipe each time. So that's a pretty useful trick. It's a little cheaty, but not too much. So you still have to get all the hard drives legitimately, and you could technically do that before. You can always do that with the hard drives, it's just this time it saves a lot of time. So I think it's a pretty nice way of being able to select your drives at the cost of wasting a bit of time. Make sure you always get the best alternate recipes. This next trick, on the other hand, is a little more game-breaking. Ever want to set up an aluminum processing plant before you unlock oil? Maybe you want to automate heavy modular frames as soon as you set up steel. Or maybe you just want access to some cosmetics you're not really supposed to have at this point in the game. Well, I have the trick for you. And it uses a fairly mundane-looking object. The Blueprint Designer. Specifically, the blueprint system in general. You see, the game doesn't check if the blueprint you try to build contains items you're not supposed to have. So that means if you load up another save file, whether it's a legitimate game or one from a creative world, and you make a couple blueprints, you can just load them in. And so, if I just grab some iron rods, I can make an aluminum plant. And just to prove I'm not lying, I'll build this blueprint right now. And these machines really work, and they have their recipes set. Obviously, oh, that's a glitched conveyor. Oh, never mind. These work. If you were to hook up aluminum inputs, I'm too lazy to do that right now, these really would start making aluminum ingots. And this works for pretty much any machine you can get your hands on the parts for. And how do you get these parts early on? Crash sites. They're just riddled with stuff you shouldn't have. And the lizard doggo also gives you a ton of useful parts. But it's more random. And I could just go and instead build heavy encased frames here. And if I just go and look, oh no, I just got an achievement. Whoops. And if you just go and look in here, I shouldn't really have this at this stage of the game, although this one's not that game-breaking, and these are actually useless at this stage, sadly. However, this lets you, in theory, you could definitely skip a lot of the hub tiers partially. It's kind of weird, but you can. You can definitely skip some of the tiers, sort of. So this is a very powerful one. In theory, you could set up a full oil processing, except for the oil extractor. You can't go and blueprint those. So this is moderately game-breaking. But it's still enough so to be a massive exploit. This is also how you can get the removed stairs item, which I don't know why they removed these, but I missed them, so I saved them in a blueprint, and yeah, these are very well, not useful, but it's nice to have. So these were just a few useful tips that are pretty cheaty, but not that game-breaking. So feel free to abuse them as much as your heart's desire until Coffee Stain inevitably patches them out. And remember, I discovered these! Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh, no. No! I hope you enjoyed this video. Since my videos are not performing well as of lately, maybe like and or comment or something so this, gets recommended to more people. Although that will mean it'll get patched out quicker, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Alright, well, see you in the next episode. I'm David01. Goodbye!